Bjorn! What have you done? What falsehoods have you been spreading about my family's honor?
Nothing but the truth. This sail your wife made, that you sold me, is as rotten as your intentions. You wish for me and my men to drown on the open ocean, where our bodies would never be found.
Are you a fool? Even if I wanted to leave you stranded and sail west alone, Harold would never allow it. He would make me rescue you, and then we would all be doomed.
I don't claim to understand you, Oathbreaker, but your methods are plain. I believe I'll go inform Harold of your duplicity. He should be arriving any moment now.
My love, that is no work of mine.
I know. This was done by a hand far coarser than yours. Bjorn is trying to sabotage my place on the expedition.
You cannot let him accuse you in front of the assembly. No chieftain would ever take you on again. I will not see my parents starve because of Bjorn's lies.
Then I must gather evidence and bring his falsehoods to light.
I will speak with the wives, to rally them to our cause, and I will pray to the Haminja for guidance.
Our ancestors will give you wise counsel, I'm sure of it. I'll see you outside the assembly.
Go swiftly, my love.
If I were an impulsive oaf, where would I hide a sail? These crates came from not far. No local wares then. Tell me, did Bjorn accept any wares these past few days?
Surely he did. I carried them myself. Wet and nasty they were, smelling as if they'd been stored at the water's edge.
Did you happen to see what was inside?
No, but it had that damp sheep smell. Wool, I suppose.
Thank you, my friend. That is Gunhilda's stitching. So Bjorn planned to take her sail for himself after all. It will need to be more than my word against Bjorn. I'll need people to vouch for me as well.
Music is at the core of AC Valhalla's experience, defining territories and moods. To create an acoustic dichotomy between Norsemen and Angles, Norway's music borrows sounds from rituals and daily life, while England's music revolves more around the church. In total, it's 5 hours of music composed through the collaboration of Jesper Kudd, Sarah Schachner, and Einar Selvik. But the music doesn't stop there. To the uncontrollable delight of AC Black Flag fans, sea shanties were also added to AC Valhalla. They're sung as Eivor sails on the longship by none other than Einar Selvik, Skald Bragi in the game.
Friends, neighbors, listen to me. Bjorn has declared me Oathbreaker, calling my good name into question.
We saw the sail. It would have torn in the first gust of wind.
That was a sail he bought from Notfall, carried to us in sea-soaked wood. My wife's sail he kept aside for himself, to use once he reached the open sea.
I am familiar with Gunhilda's stitching. That sail was no work of her hands.
What reason does Björn have to lie, if revealing the truth is as simple as you say?
He hoped to turn Harold against me, to keep me from tomorrow's expedition, to hide the truth until I had already been exiled. If you care for we who will travel with him, this insult cannot go unanswered. He would endanger his crew for a petty grievance. He is unworthy of command. Free men of Stavanger, hear me! We must inform the Assembly. We must inform Harald Jarl. Only then will our safe return be assured. Are you with me? The Assembly is about to start. I need to find Gunhilda. I found your sail and the mark of the goods Bjorn claimed were ours. His lies are already falling apart.
You've done well, but I fear what you have found may not be enough to convince the Assembly. What will you do?
I will demand a manyapnater, and declare my own deeds as evidence that my word holds more weight than Bjorn's. His reputation cannot compete with ours.
A sound plan. I have rallied the wives to our cause and prayed to the gods. Even if you lose, my silver-tongued warrior, the women will make the assembly see reason.
I see my heart beats as fiercely as ever.
Go now. Reclaim our honor.
Forsetti, bless me as I defend my honor.
Even warriors get some playtime. Indeed, it seems that Vikings played board games that involved throwing small objects, such as carved wooden figures. However, the team couldn't find any clear rules for these games. But all hope wasn't lost. The developers of Singapore, Chengdu, and Montreal studios all came together to invent new rules and mocked up their prototypes in a tabletop simulator. And then probably got really angry when one of them won and the rest lost. Everyone on the team could experience and enjoy the evolving versions of the Orlog 2.0. A first physical prototype was also made, using real dice that were painted over. The game of Orlog was reborn. And AC Valhalla's version of the Orlog was so loved by fans that Ubisoft partnered with Pure Arts to produce real-life Orlog sets.
Thorstein Oathbreaker! Come to beg forgiveness with your tail between your legs!
Men of the assembly, Bjorn claimed a sail I sold him was rotten. But I have found Gunhilda's work hidden, and the sail he claimed was mine came in sea-soaked wood from Notfall. He sought to ruin my reputation to cover up his poor trade, all so he could claim Harald's favor as his own.
Thorstein, if what you say is true, Bjorn is guilty of lying, injury to your reputation, and of an arrogance that could have led to the deaths of his crew and yours. Yet he was the one to bring you before the assembly. So now you must choose. How will you defend your honor?
We will have combat aplenty across the sea. I choose the Manjapnatur.
Come then. My tongue is as sharp as my blade. Declare yourself worthy, if you can. I'm the finest of navigators, at home on the sea.
Yet the ships and the rations were handpicked by me.
True, but I was the first to be picked for this crew.
Harald's choices are not worth getting into.
Harald would be foolish to favor someone as weak as you. You're a liar, a thief, and a braggart, a pest!
My worst is still better than you at your best.
No truer words have ever been spoken. It's a shame I have to step in. It's clear that Thorstein is the one who has been wronged. It is my suggestion that Bjorn be removed from my expedition and exiled, never to return. His lands and trade goods will be forfeit, gone to pay the costs of finding another navigator with so little time to spare.
No, Harald.
Do not draw more of my wrath upon yourself. I could have named you a murderer and demanded your death.
What say you, men of Stavanger? Do you accept the terms put forth by Harald Jarl?
We choose exile.
Exile.
Exile! Then it is decided. Now come, Thorstein. We have a navigator to find.
Brother Elrich, awaken.
I'd best not keep the abbess waiting.
I know the journey was hard on you, so I let you sleep through the dawn prayer.
Good morning, abbess. Thank you.
Now, the sun is rising. You must not miss Prime.
I appreciate the reprieve and the awakening.
Call it a weakness. Your father's name will be a stone around your neck in Ely. You've a difficult...
Yes, abbess.
Well, there's nothing to be done about it. Better you prove yourself early than risk becoming the subject of gossip.
I will, abbess.
You may break your fast in the kitchen with the others once your prayers are concluded. We don't frown on piety here, brother. Should you wish to stay at chapel to pray to the Lord once your duties are concluded, you may be assured that food will be available to you, as long as you go to the kitchen before terce.
That's mid-morning?
Precisely, my son.
Skilde sig, för Diamond Way nu boten bede. It's hirde on a bishopsen. Sådana dondare. Ve midden on chapel. Om Mitchell hergungon farode. Wonder. Hunis je toichen. Drieken.
Seton. One for Hagar. It shall have been
It's way to the Himosde and way the bread. One is a bad one.
Yamichan. No one is one.
Photogrammetry isn't just a very hard word to say, it's also an innovative technique for in-game textures. Determined to illustrate accurate surfaces, the graphics team travelled to England to capture every inch of stone walls and pavements, sometimes for 12 hours straight. A 3-metre wall would take 250 pictures, stitched together by specialised software. The final result is a 3D file with colours and depths, designed into tileable textures. These textures are then used by level artists and modelers to add onto buildings. To push the realism further, the graphics team also added uneven silhouettes with protruding stones, slate angles, and damaged areas.
I must not miss Prime.
Yet, the scriptures...
The scriptures are there as a guide, my son. When reading them, we must listen also for the voice of God, guiding us in the right interpretation of his word.
But how can we be sure our interpretation is God's will?
I know you long to understand the heart of God, Oswine, but you will go nowhere without the ability to listen to your betters.
Sister, I was wondering if I might consult you on a somewhat urgent medical matter after this morning's prayers.
Of course, Abbess. But would you not be better seeking the aid of Father Bertwald if the case is serious?
Father Bertwald would have little experience of the matter I wish to discuss, my dear.
Oh, I understand. I'll do my best.
Thank you, sister.
As the monastery of Ely had been destroyed, level designers and artists had to draw their inspiration elsewhere. More specifically, from the Saint-Martin du Canigou Abbey in France. Despite the construction being 2 centuries older than AC Valhalla's time period, it offered interesting architecture for the players to enjoy. Atop a hill for great scenery, a cloister to clear the perspective, and the bell tower to provide an iconic viewpoint. Finally, an underground tunnel was added, a unique feat perfect for a surprise attack. But some things remain accurate. Several eels were placed in the waters circling the monastery, a nod to the feature that gave it its name. Honeymoon referred to the Scandinavian practice of giving newlyweds a moon cycle's worth of mead, which is too much mead. But honey was valued by Angles and Norsemen alike. It was then vital for the developers to represent the beekeeping practice as faithfully as possible. Depending on each region's real flora, fields of flax seeds, poppies, and heather were designed and implemented by modelers and level artists. The flowers used as a seamless way to guide players through their environment. The beehives, seen from afar, also act as a natural marker. You might say a beacon, and are surrounded by NPCs collecting the honey. Sorry about the beacon thing. Level artists and designers used different types of forests to structure England's kingdoms. Oak trees, ivy and rowan in Wessex, heather fields, Scot pine trees, moss and willow trees in East Anglia, beech trees, bluebells and autumnal birch trees in Mercia, and tundra bushes, western gorse, dead and frozen trees in Northumbria. Ubisoft Sophia even recreated Wistman's Wood in Hamptonshire, using the pictures the development team took during their scouting trip. To do so, they integrated old, medium-sized trees, a smattering of rocks, a soupçon of moss, and a bit of fog to complete this ominous atmosphere.
Pater noster, qui es in caelis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. Adveniat regnum tuum. Fiat voluntas tua, sicut in caelo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitti nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris. Et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. Time to eat.
And there she was an abbess.
Are you well, Brother Oswin?
We must have silence at the Lord's table.
Brother!
Very well. Take him to the infirmary if you must. But the bishop shall hear of your defiance.
As the monastery of Ely had been destroyed, Stavanger, as
Tell me, Oswin, where does it hurt?
Everywhere, brother. It's like there's fire in my veins.
I will find a way to ease your pain. I promise. I must find the monk in charge. Father Bertwald, was it?
I hope you can treat that patient yourself. God in his
The patient speaks of fire in the veins, Father.
An uncommon ailment, and one I don't know by heart. The scribes often copy remedies in the scriptorium. You may be able to find something there to aid you. But if not, Sister Winifred will be able to help.
Yes, Father. Scriptorium. Remember where that was?
Can I help you, brother?
No. Oh! Let me just... Ah, no. No. No!
If the greatest edive radhi that you afwertsi.
No luck. I'll have to ask Sister Winifred. Sister Winifred! I've looked but can't find a remedy. Tell me, what is the cure for fire in the veins?
A dire challenge indeed. Ox's recipe for pain should aid us here. You will need double brewed ale, honey, feverfew, and wormwood. Though with the raids nearby of late, and the early first frost, you may have trouble with the latter.
Is there anything that can replace it?
Well, I have heard that dust from a relic can have miraculous properties. We're blessed here in Ellie to have several. Perhaps, if you gather some, the saints will intercede on your patient's behalf.
Thank you, sister. God bless you. Double brewed ale, honey, feverfew, and... Should be simple enough. They might have ale in the kitchens.
It's one of the himorste on way the Greaton.
One found. 3 to find. The relics are kept at the back of the chapel. That's 2. Halfway done. The nuns had set up to gather honey round here. Do I just take it? Or...
Careful, brother. You wouldn't want to get stung. The bees jealously guard their golden hoard.
I need honey for a remedy.
Of course. Take the honey from the table. I'll gather more for the abbess.
Thank you, sister. God bless you. And that's the 3rd. Now for the last. Feverfew grows best in full sun, and hopefully far from the sisters' bees. What does feverfew look like again?
Good morrow, brother. What brings you to the woods?
Good morrow. Do you know where I could gather feverfew or wormwood?
No wormwood left this season. As for feverfew, no small white daisies are what you seek.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. Feverfew grows best in full sun, and hopefully far from the sisters' bees. I have everything I need. Now to mix it.
Christus, the street mixture, father.
Sister Winifred brought me the recipe from the scriptorium. And now, I am delighted to discover you know the use of the mixing bench, too. Would that God had sent you to me sooner? The infirmary would be in far better shape.
I spent many summers mixing poultices for the townsfolk in Canterbury.
Then I shall observe, and hopefully learn some new tricks of my own. What was the first ingredient in Sister Winifred's remedy?
The first ingredient is double brewed ale.
Which 2 ingredients did you gather in the forest?
It was feverfew and honey to ease the throat.
What did Sister Winifred suggest you substitute for the final ingredient?
Dust from a relic is said to cure many ills. There. Done. This should ease Brother Osween's pain. Here, brother. Drink this. It will ease your pain.
Thank you, brother. I can feel it working already. How fortunate I am that God sent you in my time of need.
Rest now. Soon you'll be back on your feet.
Brother Elrich, you must come at once.
What's the matter, brother?
Do you not hear the bells? The abbess requires your presence at chapel immediately.
I'll go as soon as I'm done helping Brother Osween.
No, you must go now. Hurry!
I hope the abbess will tell me what's going on. Abbess! What is happening?
Come with me, Brother Elrich. The heathens are on their way, and we must secure the relics before they approach.
Then we shall all flee together?
No, brother. The others prepare to fight. Collect the reliquary, please.
Forgive me, blessed saints, but I must carry you from your place of rest.
Now come, we have no time to spare. Take the relic to your father. Our families may share no love, but we are of a mind when it comes to the Lord. He will know what to do.
That man is a stranger to me.
As was our Lord Jesus Christ when he died on the cross for our sins. Help often comes from unexpected hands, brother. Now, follow quickly. Into the catacombs. Remain swift and silent.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters.
So I pried the book from his hands and tore the covers off to bring home. I'll be able to afford another slave this harvest season, at the very least.
These Saxons and their books. You'd think they were more precious than their own lives. But if no one lives to speak of what's written down, who will remember it?
Not to speak of how they treat their dead. Putting bones or pieces of wood inside golden boxes. How this honors their god, I'll never understand.
Waiting won't make it any easier.
Thorstein, the hero of... I could not let you pass without experiencing the sting of your wit.
The mood I'm in, you'd best hope for a stinging rather than a lashing.
Then let's begin. On the Isle of Ely, great riches were won.
It was over before this flighting begun.
Come, Thorstein. Surely you can do better than that. I've heard of your legend, your grace and prowess.
A battle always leaves a big mess.
I feel like you're not taking this serious. It's a shame, Harald.
Enough with the...
Weak, I'm afraid.
I don't have time.
Thorstein, the hero of many tales.
Batnat hitt síðasta, minni verkir árdegis. Hyggar tröllgaldur völ.
Thorstein! You...
Hann getur beðið hólparinn með. Haraldur Haraldur. Megi eigi gera neitt, eigi mátt ganga í gegn.
As longhouses were at the centre of Norse communities, it was only natural that they'd be at the forefront of AC Valhalla. Just like any true Viking, Eivor hosts feasts, plans battles, and sleeps in her longhouse. But what about its design? The art direction team first took a scouting trip to Lofoten, Norway, to immerse themselves in the land and bring back references. And chocolate. From these pictures, modelers and artists designed variations of paint patterns, carved animals, frescoes, and so on, for players to enjoy and use to customize their settlement. Anglo-Saxon longhouses, on the other hand, were designed with different materials, such as hay and lime, and less detailed engravings. Can't have them steal the show. Now, you can't make a Viking game without an awesome longship. It's the law. After all, Norsemen are renowned for their boat-building craftsmanship to this day. To do it justice, modelers in Montreal built the dimensions and shapes, while artists in Singapore created 48 different variations of longboats with stunning designs inspired by Norse mythology. The outcome speaks for itself. A slick, clinker-built hull for hydrodynamism, shallow keels to sail in low waters, and even a removable mast to pass under bridges. Now set sail, and may you have fair winds and following seas. Don't forget your sandwiches. Creating an immersive world also includes the sounds triggered when Eivor interacts with her or his surroundings. Shown here are coloured surfaces that play a specific sound when the player walks on them. Yes, every item with sound and animation is labelled in the game's engine. A brown square indicates a wooden sound, probably because wood is brown, I'm not sure, while yellow squares signal a fabric-like sound. When the player walks on or touches one of these hidden squares, the noise it's linked to triggers automatically. But there's another side to this coin, and it's a sinister one. With this system, developers were also able to create noise traps that can reveal the player's presence to nearby enemies.
Tell me, what new spoils from the land across the sea?
There's something I must say, my Jarl.
So formal. Did the crossing scour our friendship from your mind?
It did not. It's only by friendship that I am brave enough to speak.
Tell me then. I'm listening.
I tire of raiding, Harold. I want to settle where there's rich, dark soil for the taking. I want to make a place of our own where I can live out my days with my wife.
You're young yet, my friend. Plenty of time to grow old with a bouncing infant on its knee.
No, my Jarl. I've delayed too long already. Today I search for a ship.
I have none to spare.
Then I shall purchase one.
Commission, perhaps. I hope this folly of yours can withstand a year's wait.
If that is what it takes. It is no slight to you, my Jarl. My love for you has not waned, but my love for my wife only grows stronger with each absence. I hope you will bless my journey in time.
Go.
Best tell Gwynhilda we will have no help from our king. Imvolder, I need a ship. My wife and I leave for the land across the sea.
Harald won't pay for such a vessel, I'm sure. Did you really fill your pockets that well on your last raid?
I have gold enough to cover the cost.
Wood, sails, and all?
Gunhilda's family will provide the sail. The rest I will purchase.
Ah, you're a lucky man.
I know.
Speak with Skarga for a pine mast, then, and yarn for the nails. Tell him I'll expect him to be on time with his deliveries in the future.
I'll see what I can do.
Are you looking?
Ingvaldur sent me.
Of course he did. He tried those nails from Avaldsnes, and I bet they fell apart in the salt water. I use nothing but pure iron, which is why he hates my prices. But at least you won't find yourself suddenly sailing in a bucket full of holes. Head inside the shop. You can take a box from the stack against the back wall. But tell him he'll have to pay up front if he wants more.
I'm the one funding the construction of this ship. You will be paid in full.
I have no doubt. Eventually. Ingvaldur makes ships that sing on the ocean waves. But mundane thoughts of silver and debt never seem to enter his mind. Don't worry, I'll talk to him. Go get your nails.
Thorstein, what brings you to my yard?
Ingvaldur sent me.
Oak or pine?
I'm sorry, what?
Into shipbuilding, are you? Come with me. You'll learn better by doing. Use that axe to remove the bark from this log. Underneath you will find silken pine, flexible and light, that will bend in the wind. Perfect for a mast. Once you have a sense of the wood, come find me and I will show you another. Tap in the wedges gently. We want this log to split as straight as possible. That way we will have long hard boards of oak for the hull of your ship to protect you and your valet. I'll wait for you over there. Planing the wood ensures a tight fit between the boards, leaving no gaps or knots that might give way in the middle of the sea. The smoother the joints, the smoother your journey. Now, which type of wood did Ingvaldur send you for?
Pine.
I'll send your new mast to the shipyard as
Finally you return. Which animal would you like best for your prow? I have 3 available, so you can choose the spirit that suits your intentions. You will also need to bring me a blessed charm to put inside the prow. But I won't need it for many months yet. Take a look and let me know if you have any questions.
Tell me about the elk.
The elk is associated with the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. For a new beginning in distant lands, it could be quite fitting. Is this the prow you want?
I'm not sure.
Take your time.
Tell me about the horse.
The horse? A risky choice. But you can count on it to lead you quickly to port, with the proper ritual precautions, of course. Is this the prow you want?
I'm not...
Take your time.
Tell me about the serpent.
The snake-headed prow will ensure you dominate the waves with disconcerting ease and great stability. Is this the prow you want?
Yes.
Excellent. Then we can get started.
Jormungand, I need your strength and stability. Protect us on our travels.
Thorstein.
Yes, my Jarl.
I was childish before. In my joy at seeing you home, I wasn't ready to discuss your departure again so soon. Nor see you gone for good. Please, accept this with my blessing.
Unjo, the rune of kinship.
And why not? No man has been a truer brother to me than you. It has been an honor to have you in my félag, even if this leg of the trip will be shorter.
And they're going to bring it all the way from Ekundersund?
My parents have never traveled farther than Notval, and they complained about the food the whole time.
Udi, keeping those hands of yours busy.
Huh, they'll be ready to tie knots in the worst winter storms, I swear.
Have you told them of your plans to sail west?
Not yet. They've woven sails for Thorstein before.
Ulf, it is good to see you again.
I couldn't miss this chance to sail with the mighty Thorstein, now could I?
They've woven sails for Thorstein before. No need for them to know that this time...
Ulla, it's been a long time.
It has. Time has hardened you, my friend, as it has me.
Not yet. They've woven sails for Thorstein before. Well, how did it go with Harald?
He has given us his blessing and a declaration of kinship.
That is wonderful news, my love. Now we can leave freely, without a weight on your heart.
When the ship is ready, though we will have plenty to keep us occupied until then. I see you've made good on your promise to find us traveling companions at least.
This group of good-for-nothings, they're only here as ballast.
Ah, then finer ballast I've never seen. It's a good start, but we will need more men.
And the navigator, I know. I've gathered a list of names already.
Ah, my Leðurstjarna.
The day has finally come.
And all too soon.
Many have come before you, and many will come after. Yet, when I die, it will be your friendship that I recall as I await the opening of Valhalla.
There, we will meet again.
Go then, and the winds take you swiftly to soft lands and great riches.
May your name never be forgotten.
A fine ship for a fine man.
And the finest craftsmanship I've ever laid eyes on. You have blessed us indeed.
I shall miss your scathing replies, Thorstein.
And I'll miss your insufferable arrogance.
God smile on you, my friend.
You still owe me for that last box of nails.
Imvolder told me he paid.
I'm just playing with you. Be well, Thorstein.
And you.
Treat her well, Thorstein.
Oh, my wife will make sure of it. I've never seen a woman more in love with a boat.
And I've never seen so fine a sail. If you ever return, I will have work for her.
And I can apprentice myself to Skaga. A sound plan.
Your friend be a friend. Gift you return with gift. Laughter met with laughter, wisely and
I can't take you with us, Sigmund. I'm not risking the lives of my men and wife to these sunstones.
You're making a mistake. With Frodi gone, I'm the best navigator you'll find this time of year, and you know it.
You've already deceived us once with your tales of magic pebbles. I'm not letting you steer us into rocks again. Without Frode to guide you, you're as good as blind.
So you'd rather trust whales and winds than your own feelai? Bjorn was right about you. Try sailing across the sea in this weather. You won't get past the shore. Not without a skilled sailor.
You're absolutely right. I do need a navigator. But you weren't one to begin with.
Well?
No good.
Frode's betrayal cuts deeper with each navigator we're forced to turn away.
He got an offer he couldn't refuse. Wouldn't you choose to sail with a great sea king given the chance?
I already am. Regardless, Frode broke his word. Now we have no navigator and no men in the middle of the sailing season. How are we supposed to cross the sea?
Trick is waiting for us in Notfall with our supplies. He might have heard of someone trustworthy.
Notfall folk dread the great waters more than a feral cat. They'll be of no use in the upcoming storm. No. I'll ask my mother. She knows everyone in Eikundarsund. I'll find a clan to join us there.
Is it wise for you to go? They might not agree to sail with a woman aboard.
I'm sure my charms will outweigh their fears.
Trick looks busy with our supplies. Good man.
I'll be off then, to find the men we need.
Be swift, my love. We'll meet you in Ekundarsund once the boat is loaded. Trick. I gather these crates are full of dried cod?
They are. And the other ones have hard bread, mead, and wool canvases for the crew.
Excellent. You have served us well for many years now, Trick. Faithfully.
I can't say it was a pleasure, but you've treated me with respect. I'm grateful for it. Now, I hope my debt has been paid.
In full. Are you sure I can't tempt you to come with us? Your help would be invaluable.
Shackles here versus shackles across the sea? Tough choice to make.
Oh, you misunderstand me. I free you, here and now. But if you return to me willingly as a slave, you can purchase a place amongst my crew. Once we're established in the land across the sea, I'll free you for good, and take you as my partner in trade.
Not many slaves would get an offer like that. Well then, let's get these supplies on board before the storm hits us.